Alright, so yesterday I have a friend of mine, this girl. She's drinking and she calls me and she's got all of her problems out, and I recognize some things. I said, you're going through a loop. You go through a loop because you get very passionate and emotionally triggered. You try to express it. If anybody says anything, you just get louder. I said, you're going through a loop. I said, if you recognize why you're going through that loop, and you actually get someone to look and see and catch some of that shit while you're in this whatever, then it would probably be helpful to you because you wouldn't be retreating back to that same state. Because she wouldn't listen to you, and then she would just say the same fucking things that I've always heard. So, and I listened. She cried, she did all that shit, and I listened to what she said. And then I told her, I was like, you're going through this loop. I said, it's because you feel both emotional and vulnerable for the emotion. And she told me all of her shit. But then, after that, she starts cussing me out on the fucking text messages. I've already got a friend of mine come over. She's about to leave, move out of town. And I'd got a paper from the child support people, which randomly I just happened to open it. And it was one of those ones that you can redress your issue. So I'm holding all her emotions at the same time, and I could do something with that at that moment. But I recognize, how this person who wouldn't let me talk when I had said shit, wasn't gonna let me say a fucking word, just shuts me up, and then I don't give a fucks and all this other smart ass shit. I'm like, wait a minute. If you actually are doing what you say, if you're a real person and not just some fucking piece of shit program, then you would hear what I'm saying. You wouldn't shut me up and you wouldn't be attacking me after listening to your shit. I'm like, if you want to be genuine and you want to stop that shit, number one, let someone else talk. You don't just shut someone else up and tell them you don't give a fuck. Because if you don't give a fuck, then you're not a real person. You're going to go on down to hell anyway, and you're not even real. But if you're a real person, you'd have to work on some of that shit. You wouldn't be fucking hurting someone's feelings after you poured your fucking hot wax of emotion into them because you needed to. That's not the way you do people. But it's the same shit for a long time. It doesn't matter how much trauma you have if you're just gonna fucking attack someone that tries to listen to you. And I don't buy that shit that somebody doesn't feel emotions anyway. It's bullshit. People armor up after trauma. And they can either armor up and continue to put their armor on till they look like a fucking stupid ass retard knight on a horse that can't move, or they fucking get it off. Somebody brings the little crane, hooks the guy up so they can lift his fat ass off the horse, or not. And that's kind of what it is going on. I'd like my friend to fucking realize this, but I'm really tired of being audited for if I'm evil or not. The most fucking evil thing you can do is fucking have somebody listen to you and care, and then you start fucking talking shit to them. That's fucking evil. So I'm not entertaining this evil shit no more. For as many years as I fucking listened and taken fucking bashings by this person, you would think, and I still care and still love them. I just said, if that's the way you're going to do it, then fucking go on to your fucking hell alone. But if you want to stop fucking bashing me and shutting me up, because I have a right to talk too. And if I tell you my shit after I listen to all yours and you're like, I don't give a fuck, well then fuck you. Go about your own way and see how far you get with that shit.